Assassination. It's the family trade. We all take it up, and my parents see me as an exceptional prospect. But I don't see why I should have to live up to their expectations. Hello and welcome to Hunter x Hunter 101, the series that breaks down everyone and everything in the Hunter x Hunter world. Today we are going to be exploring the fan-favorite child assassin, Killua Zoldyck. Killua Zoldyck is a seemingly cheerful young boy harboring an incredibly violent and bloodthirsty side who is first introduced to us during the Hunter exam arc. Killua is the third son of Silver and Killua Zoldyck, who serve as the leading figures of the Zoldyck family, the world's deadliest collective of assassins. As a result, Killua was born with incredible natural talent, and after having been trained by both his father Silver and older brother Illumi, Killua proved to be a master assassin at an extraordinarily young age. Killua's training routinely put him in life or death situations, and he was forced by his father to participate in combat at the Heavens Arena, where after fighting for 2 years, he managed to reach the 200th floor. Despite all of this, at a certain point in Killua's childhood, the Zoldyck family deemed that he lacked the mindset of a true assassin, and as a measure of course correction, Illumi implanted a special needle into Killua's brain in order to remodel his personality through the medium of fear. In this way, the needle would heavily inform Killua's decision making throughout most of the series, as well as instilling a great sense of artificial fear of those stronger than him, a primary example of which being Illumi himself. But living in fear of Illumi was one of many uniquely awful family dynamics for Killua, and he had equally as strenuous relationships with his parents and other siblings, with the sole exception of his younger sister Aluka, with whom Killua actually shared quite a normal familial relationship, despite her, how shall we put this, dark side. But even with Illumi's needle correction, by the age of 11, Killua became tired of the world of assassins and rebelled against his family by running away from home and deciding to take the Hunter exam for the fun of it. And given that the Hunter exam is a brutally difficult world-class test, that should give you some indication as to the ridiculous strength in which Killua entered the series with. During the exam, Killua would meet a boy named Gon Freaks, whom he immediately befriended. And this action should not be understated, because up until this point in his life, Killua did not have a single person in the world whom he was able to consider a friend. But his friendships with Gon just spawned so naturally that it took Killua himself by surprise, and this would eventually evolve into an exceptionally powerful bond, and on several occasions Killua would come to blatantly ignore his training as an assassin and put Gon's well-being above his own. For the most part though, the Hunter exam went quite smoothly for Killua. However, in the final phase, he was thrown into combat against his brother Illumi, who had also been taking the exam in a clever disguise. Due to the influence of Illumi's needle, Killua was forced to surrender the match, and he subsequently murdered another participant, thus failing the Hunter exam due to the unique rules of the final stage that forbid killing. Afterwards, Killua returned alone to Kukuru Mountain, the residence of the Zoldyck family. Here, Killua casually allowed himself to be tortured for 3 weeks by his particularly sadistic brother Miluki. But more importantly, after that, Killua has a conversation with his father Silver, which results in Silver recognizing Killua as his own person and allowing him to reunite with Gon. Killua then took Gon to the Heavens Arena in order to assist him in becoming stronger, and it would be here that the two would learn about Nen from a man named Wing. Killua was able to master the 4 major principles of Nen in an astonishingly short amount of time, and furthermore discovered that he was a natural transmuter, meaning that he was able to change the properties of his Nen to mimic specific attributes of something else. And Killua has primarily taken advantage of this affinity in order to replicate the properties of electricity, and can use them in an offensive manner to directly shock opponents, and he can also channel it through objects such as his yo-yos. Although the pinnacle of Killua's Nen abilities thus far is the use of Godspeed, a combination of 2 Hatsu, which utilizes his electric aura to allow him to transcend regular physical limitations in regards to pure agility. Although it should also be noted that the control of a Nen substance like this is only possible due to Killua's background as an assassin, where he was often subject to electrical torture as part of regular training and punishment. Unfortunately, this ability also comes with a couple of detracting factors, one of which being that Killua must quote-unquote charge himself before engaging in the use of this aura, which is accomplished via direct exposure to electricity such as tasing himself. Furthermore, Killua at this stage also seems to be quite unaware of exactly how much aura he discharges in any given action, which results in his aura depleting rapidly and unexpectedly. However, the discovery of these abilities came as a result of his journey with Gon, as after their stint at the Heavens Arena, they went on to face a conflict with the Phantom Troop in York New City, and then proceeded to find their way into the game Greed Island in order to search for Gon's father Jing. During this arc, Killua would find a new Nen master in Bisky, who went on to teach him the more advanced applications of the art form. However, Killua's relationship with Bisky would probably be best described as comically volatile. But with his newfound abilities, Killua was able to complete the Greed Island game along with Gon, and went on to be transported to the island of Kakin and encountered another hunter named Kite, a student of Gon's father. From here, Killua would become heavily involved in the Chimera Ant arc, and it would be during this time that he would finally confront the fear that had plagued him for the entire series as he sensed and ripped out the needle implanted into his brain by Illumi. With this restriction lifted, Killua was now capable of acting for himself and became able to devote himself fully to the art of offense, which immediately resulted in the decapitation of Ramot, a particularly powerful Chimera Ant, whom Killua was previously unable to defeat. And using his newfound autonomy, Killua became became part of Chairman Netero's official extermination team and went on to take part in the palace invasion, with his most evident action being his brief conflict with Yuppie, one of the 3 royal guards of Meruem, the Chimera Ant King. In Killua's own words, this battle was more about venting his own personal frustration upon the royal guard, and from the outside, this fight was entirely one-sided, with Killua landing blow after blow, with no chance for Yuppie to react whatsoever. With that said, Killua was unable to inflict any real damage on the absurd powerhouse that is Yuppie. However, the fact that Killua completely outclassed the royal guard in terms of speed gives us a great sense of just how insane Killua's Nen abilities are, even if they can only be invoked for a short amount of time. Additionally, at the tail end of the palace invasion, it fell to Killua to save an enraged and overcome by despair Gon, who had invoked an overwhelming amount of Nen, but at the potential cost of his own life. Thankfully, Killua was able to get Gon to help in time, however he remained on the verge of death. Determined to save his best friend, Killua once more returned to Kukuru Mountain in order to free his younger sister Aluka, who had been sealed in strict containment due to the fact that she was possessed by a creature from the Dark Continent, known as Nanika. Like all beings from the Dark Continent, Nanika possesses incredible power, which Killua was able to invoke in order to save Gon from the brink of death. After Gon's recovery, Killua and Aluka then accompanied him to the World Tree, although Killua declined the offer to climb it, as by this point, he had resolved to become a proper older brother to both Aluka and Nanika, swearing to protect them, and then embarking on a new journey across the world. Some more fun facts about Killua. Of each of the 4 main protagonists of Hunter x Hunter, Killua is the only one who actually failed the Hunter exam, although he did take the exam once again in the following year and passed with flying colors. In regards to his younger sister Aluka, it should be said that the only reason why Killua did not free her earlier in life was also due to the influence of Illumi's very annoying needle. Interestingly enough, Killua appears to be highly susceptible to gambling, becoming easily addicted to games of chance such as slot machines, and was once even going to go so far as to bet his life in order to win a jackpot. Furthermore, Killua is also heavily invested in the world of sweets and was known to spend almost 200 million Jenny on snacks during his stay at Heaven's Arena. Which leads us to a truly useless fact, which is that Killua's favorite type of candy are Chocorobokun chocolate balls. But that pretty much does it for Killua. If you enjoyed this video and the content this channel produced in general, then please do consider donating to the New World Review Patreon, because the support of all of you amazing people is what continues to make this channel possible. And if Patreon isn't quite your style, then please do leave this video a like, share, or subscribe, because it also helps support this channel an incredible amount. And if you'd like to join the fun at any time, then please do head over to my Discord server, where a wide array of shenaniganry takes place on a daily basis. And finally, please do comment with who, what, or where you'd like to see featured on the next Hunter x Hunter 101. But you know what? Of all of Killua's incredible achievements in life, we'll always remember that one time where he was unable to take a ball from an old man. Don't look at me like that.